I've been getting lip filler since I was 24, and I've never dissolved or anything. And in the past 2 years, I've been more and more conservative with it, and I've just been topping it up with like half a cc every 6 months. And so I was almost getting to that place, and then I got invited by a Medspa to come in on a discounted filler rate. And you might have seen my other TikTok on this, but I cannot shut up about it. Med spas are kind of notorious for being sketchy, but I looked them up and they had all good reviews, and they were inviting me in for like, they were charging like model prices, like $200 per syringe. So I go in and I'm all numbed up and also swollen from the numbing. And the girl is like in the room with me, and I at first thought she was the injector, but she wasn't. So I'm just like talking to this rando about what I want for 20 minutes while I can hear the injector next door giving like the same speech that she came in and gave to me with. Long story short, the injector comes in after waiting for a while, and I'm all stiff from the numbing, and she's like, you know what, it actually wouldn't be the best to fill you today because you have a lot of migration, and I actually think that you should dissolve here with us, and then we can refill your lips for you, because at this point it's just like not gonna look good, and it's just gonna add to your migration. So I'm thinking like, oh my God, the day has come where my lips need to be completely dissolved. And I freak out and I go home spiraling for a week because I'm like, I didn't know that I had this migration. So there's a lot of things at play here. Not only that, but I'm almost on my period. And they're like, we'll do a lip flip on you. And I actually like the lip flip. Then I go home and I think about it for a week. And I'm like anxious about it because I also really just don't have the time to dissolve. So I leave, thank God. And I wait a week, and then I start thinking like, that was weird. The girl couldn't even look me in the eye while she was giving me this speech. And at the time, I felt so uncomfortable about what was going on. Like I was uncomfortable about me, that I wasn't thinking about how she was acting kind of like a sketch ball, you know? Then I go and look at the reviews, and a girl who came in to the same med spa, same location and everything within like a couple days of me, wrote that she was so grateful for them for telling her that she needed to be dissolved and refilled. And she will be back surely later on to dissolve and refill. So that got me thinking, I'm like, wait, is this a scam? Is this a scam? Did I almost fall for a scam? Yes, I did. So I post a review, and I'm getting like a little nervous because I'm like, am I hallucinating? Like, is this really what happened? I don't know. I feel gaslit almost, even though I haven't talked to them yet. Then I wrote a review, and I'm like, just be careful and get a second opinion, because this is what happened with me. Blah, 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 blah. People weren't that friendly, and they weren't. Like, the front desk, they didn't really want to look at me. I feel like they all looked guilty. Like, every single person, they all looked guilty. Like, the coordinator who's talking about me, about my injections, the people at the front desk weren't friendly. The injector didn't smile and also wasn't looking at me in the eye. So it's just like overall a weird experience. So I comment that in my review, and then I get another DM of another girl, and she says the same exact thing happened to me. I gave them $450 for a syringe of filler. They tried to convince me to dissolve during my appointment, and they told her she needs 3 rounds of dissolver. And I zoomed into her picture because we all have pictures on our Yelp, right? She's a beautiful girl. She doesn't look like she has like duck lips, migration, whatever. But anyway, they tell her that she needs 3 vials of dissolver at $400 each. So then it's $1,200 to dissolve her lips completely. And you know, dissolver isn't good for the skin. It's not good for the lips. It eats away at the natural tissue. And it's just supposed to be used like only once or twice. You're not supposed to just do this to whoever will pay you to do it. So it's so unethical. And then I post a little thing to TikTok, and another girl says in Beverly Hills they told her the same thing. So it's a bait and switch. They bring you in and then they sell you something else. So the girl comes in for filler, she sold dissolver and more filler. I know I've talked about it, and it's not the end of the world. And this is a first world problem, absolutely. But baiting women and then using insecurities against them, like especially in this economy. Also, if you're wondering what I'm using, these new shadows from Florasis, next level. Next, beyond. In different worlds. So good. This is the bluish one in the shade 3, I think. And then I'm wearing the green shade 2, and then a goldy one, shade, I don't know. But there's all different colors, and they're long lasting. They don't crack. They remind me of Denesamirics, except for the cracking. So good.